Hey everyone, welcome to 2025 and for a January update. And not a state of the channel, which is what I normally do at the beginning of the year. So, first off, let's address that. I'm not going to do a state of the channel video until April. And the reason why is because this is something that I wanted to do ever since last year. I don't want to start my year off in January. I don't think it really makes a whole lot of sense to make all these promises and um, resolutions and big plans at the beginning of the year when it's the dead of winter, and especially in YouTube, ad revenue and all that kind of stuff is down. So I think it makes sense to push it off until April. Specifically, also because we were just coming up with the holidays, so everyone was resting and everything. And if you were resting, then you probably weren't thinking too much about the plans you wanted to make. Or if you were thinking about the plans, then you weren't resting that much. So, as a result, what I'm going to be doing is January is going to be for planning, February is going to be for testing those plans, and then March is going to be for prepping those plans so that they'll be ready to go up in April. My phone keeps going off. So, what does that mean? It means that not a whole lot is going to be going on in January. However, I will say there is one exception to this. One thing that I know that I want to start doing in January, in this year, in 2025, and I don't need to wait until April in order to do it, is streaming. I've already decided that 2025 is going to be my year of streaming. That's going to be my main focus and push. So I'll be streaming on twitch.tv/Hey Colorwind. And eventually, because at the tail end of last year, in 2024, I got a new computer, I might, I should be able rather to configure it and get things set up so that I'll be dual streaming both on twitch.tv/Hey Colorwind and here on youtube.com/@Hey Colorwind. But it's not ready yet. I don't know when it will be ready, so just know that it's coming. And in the meantime, you can always just catch me over there at twitch.tv/Hey Colorwind. Right now, there is no schedule, and it's because I am still dealing with the health problems that I had at the end of last year. I still have the kidney stone, and I have a doctor's appointment, but we'll see what keeps on going on with that. As a result, as a matter of fact, I'm not going to have any real schedule for now up until that's dealt with, because it prevents me from having one, quite frankly. As a result, on the channel in January, probably the only thing you'll be getting is VODs of the streams that I do. I am planning on having a stream tonight. It is January 6th, 2025, and it'll probably be tonight sometime between 8 and 9. So please come over to twitch.tv/Hey Colorwind for that. I'll be continuing my Resident Evil remake playthrough. And hopefully we'll be able to check that off the list. Which, in case you don't know, the reason why I want to focus on streaming, and I've mentioned this in the past, is because I have 18 playthroughs, I believe 16 or 18, that I've never finished, and I want to get through those. My goal for this year is to get through a half of them, and then maybe do the other half next year. But who knows? Maybe I can get through all of them. It might be wishful thinking, but we'll see. Coming back to this channel. So last year I wanted to focus on playthroughs, similar to what I'm doing this year, except that I ended up focusing just on the pre-recorded ones because streaming didn't go how I wanted to last year. And it was a pretty much resounding success. If it wasn't for the fact that I got sick at the end of last year, I probably would have finished all of them. But even as a result, I thought I was going to finish the last two, which was Dead Space and Final Fantasy 2/4. But I did manage to finish the Dead Space one. Unfortunately, my save got deleted from the Final Fantasy 2/4 playthrough, but I did manage to play back all the way to the point where I had left off, and now I just need to make new episodes. And that's what I'm going to be doing. Specifically, I said that the schedule that I had, which was 4 videos a week, 2 episodes per playthrough, like a playthrough A and a playthrough B. Monday and Thursday being A, Tuesday and Fridays being B. I said that that didn't work if I wanted to do other things. I still think that might be true, but with me having a new computer and making things so much easier, what I've decided to do is I liked the schedule that I was doing, so I'm going to continue with it as long as I can. So considering that I'm still going to be planning and everything like I said up until April, I'm just going to continue on with the plan that so far I know works. So you're not going to be seeing it in January, but the plan is that for the Let's Play series to come back in February. So Final Fantasy 2/4 was coming out every Tuesday and Friday. That will be returning in February at the same time. It'll be at 11 a.m. this time though. I'm changing that because 10 a.m. I did not like as much as 11. So it'll be at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that'll be Final Fantasy 2/4. And then Mondays and Thursdays will be what I previously said was going to be. It's going to be a brand new playthrough since I finished Dead Space, and it'll be Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back. I'll be playing my original version that I have on my PlayStation 3. I have the PS1 Classic version, so we'll be playing that. And going forward, it does look like what I might try to do, I'm not going to be strict with this, but what I would like to do is have platformers, which is something that I really enjoy, really like on the playthrough, so Mondays and Thursdays, and then have new and like backlog games that I haven't finished or haven't done anything on Tuesdays and Fridays. It's sort of like a way, because like I used to have these shows that were like meant for like specific games, like, oh, this is specifically RPGs, this is specifically games I've already played before, this is for Borderlands specifically. But I couldn't keep up with all of those. So now I'm looking at it to be just like, well, if I'm going to be doing two series, then I can have them broken up between these two things, these two time slots. So that's the idea for now. But that will be coming in February, really. That's just really more like me musing of what's going to be coming up. Obviously, I have more plans that are going to be coming up, but that's what the whole planning and testing and prepping thing is for. A good example of that is the episodic episodes of the streams that I've been doing in December, like Resident Evil and Ocarina of Time. Those are on hold for now because I've never really figured out a schedule for them, and that's definitely what the January planning is going to be for, because I want to figure out how am I supposed to do those alongside the normal pre-recorded playthroughs that I do. So I'll be figuring that out. Specifically, I will also be figuring out what I want to do with Arcade Contender, Colorwind News, Colorwind Reacts, and also just news articles that I write over on my blog. But most likely, I'm going to be holding that off until April, when I have my full plans in check. The only and there will probably be also other things I'll be talking about, such like Colorwind Talks and Online Contender. Stuff like that, and I'm hoping like in April to finally have a actual stream schedule, but that's going to be on hold. The only reason I even mention Arcade Contender, Colorwind News, Colorwind Reacts, and articles is because those are the shows that I do that need the least amount of work, so it's possible for me to bring those back sooner than April, but I might just hold off until then, because priority this year is going to be streaming. And if I find that I need to take time off from streaming in order to do something else, I'm not going to do that, because streaming is priority. So that's pretty much it for now. State of the channel will be in April once again, and that's where the big changes are going to be and where the full schedule I'm hoping will be done. For now, just enjoy the stream VODs, enjoy what's going to be coming up in February with the return of Let's Plays, and hopefully I'll see you over at twitch.tv/HeyColorwind. Thank you very much for watching. Peace and love, gamers and players.